Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're a regular viewer and if you're new, welcome. My name is Sarah. You can find me anywhere on Sarah of Horror. Here on my channel I like to talk about movies, TV shows, and other things I find interesting to talk about. And of course, here's my co-host, Butler. Yes. Yeah, so for today I will be talking about the new I Know What You Did Last Summer, which came out in the cinemas on the 18th of July, I think, at least here in Sweden. And yeah, I felt that I had to talk about the film because I am a fan of the first two. I reviewed all three on my channel, so of course I was going to watch this one and talk about it. But first, some technical stuff. I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's from 2025. It's directed by Jennifer Caton Robinson. It's starring Madeline Klein, Chase Sweet Wonders, Jonah Hoyer King, Tyreek Withers, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Jennifer Love Hewitt, among a lot of other people, of course. So, if you are familiar with the movies from 97, 98, then you're kind of familiar with what this movie will provide, what kind of a story it will be, and yeah, it's kind of pretty obvious what's gonna happen. But okay, here we have a new bunch of young adults who are returning to Southport, and unfortunately something really bad happens on the 4th of July. And then we fast forward 1 year later, and they are being stalked by someone who knows what they did last summer. So, sound familiar? Yeah, of course. Well, I didn't think that the movie was gonna go in any other direction, but I just wanted to see in what way, like what kills, how creative, who will they bring back, and what will they do with all the nostalgia things, a few lines, the hook, the slicker. Yeah, so my expectations weren't high, but okay, I have to say, the characters. The main character Ava, and then we also have Danica. I have to say, they kind of grew on me throughout the film, especially Danica. Like at first I didn't really feel that we got to know her so well before the first incident happened, but then I really grew to like her a lot, and I was actually rooting for her. I wasn't expecting to root for almost anyone, but actually I liked her. And then of course we have a few familiar faces in Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt. And I think they utilized the characters and the background and the trauma that they went through so well. So that is one of this movie's strengths. It's focusing on how to bring those characters back in a really good and interesting way. And also there was like a dream sequence which was really cool, and I really liked it. The setting, the lighting, just the props, everything, the actor in it, so good, except for like the final 5 seconds of that dream scene. Ugh, why? If you've seen it, you will know exactly what I mean. Like, couldn't just have cut right before that? Everything up until that I was in the moment. I was feeling it. I was vibing with it. And then the last 5 horrible, just awful looking seconds were kind of ruined it all almost. And also the kills, I mean, they aren't as memorable or as good as in like the first two, I would say, but I think like the first kill in this one is probably the best one. And I mean the one, the kill that the hook man does, or the slicker man does. Yeah, because I have kind of thought about writing a death scene kind of reminiscent of that. A little bit different though, but still having some of those elements in it. And I have written something like that. So I was happy to see that they did a kill kind of like that. but I think that was my favorite one. I also think we were robbed of some kills. We got to see some aftermath of things, which was like, but this looks so cool after. I just wanted to see it, like, the effects happen. Because this looks like they could have been the coolest and best looking kills in the film, and they are just showing us the aftermath. And no, come on, it couldn't have been a money issue. This movie probably had a good budget, so I'm sure they could have made some cool looking effects in those kill scenes. I'm pretty sure. Another thing that I noticed and liked about this film was how many like things that was representing a hook you can find in the background of each scene if you just look carefully. Like the faucet was more hook shaped. There were like lamps. There were like things that were kind of hook shaped. So I do appreciate putting in details and effort like that. So that is definitely a plus. But then we have like the ending, you know, the twist. And honestly, I don't think that they kind of played into the whole cat and mouse thing too much like they did in the first two, because then it's really like, you know, who is it? Who's doing this? It's always, I don't know, it didn't feel as much of that in this one. And then we get to the twist, and I don't know, I didn't think it was like that good. But I also can't say that it was so obvious, because it isn't so obvious. It wasn't so obvious to me, at least. So, you know, at least there's that. There were, of course, some red herrings that throw us off, which I caught kind of easily. But yeah, I mean, I would have worked on the story a bit more, on the script. But also, we didn't get those amazing chase scenes or the build-ups, which, like the first one had, you know, the Helen Shivers chase scene. I was waiting for something like that. But of course, but I do think they used some of the dialogue and line in a really smart and clever way. Like, of course, we got "What are you waiting for?" Which was probably my favorite line in the entire film. And like the ending just felt very awkward as well. I mean, I kind of get it, but it felt very, oh, okay. So it felt like very kind of light. I think I wanted the tone of the ending to be a bit more just grim and just kind of setting in a darker way. Because now it felt like, oh, okay, kind of something like that. But of course, I do like the location in Southport with the fishing theme, with the setting, decorations. I found that very charming. And some of the kills were, like when we got to see the aftermath, were kind of done in a bit of a dark humor way. So there definitely was some humor in this film, some dark humor, which I appreciated. But yeah, I think that I will probably forget this film quite easily. It's not really that memorable, unfortunately, but I think, you know, the strength of this film is definitely Jennifer Love Hewitt. I think she's the best thing about this film. So happy to see her back. And she looked amazing. Wow. Okay, so what do I give I Know What You Did Last Summer? I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, so a 5 out of 10, I mean, not like good or bad, just somewhere in the middle, okay. I mean, there are definitely worse films out there that I've seen this year, and there are so many much better movies that I've seen this year. So I still think it's okay. This is definitely better than that TV show that came out a few years ago. That was horrible. That was awful. So this one was definitely better than that. But yeah, we'll see if we will get another, you know, I Know What You Did Last Summer film. Maybe they would do like the whole Scream thing, start it up again and make movies, or they will not. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I don't know, I got a feeling that something might happen. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment something for the algorithm, like a hook or something. And of course, let me know in the comments below what you think about this one and what you think about the other 3 movies and the TV show. Why not? Let me know. And subscribe to my channel. So yeah, have an amazing day everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.